It's like being in a snow dome. All right, movers and shakers. First up, the royal family has taken to the high seas this week for a cruise along the west coast of Scotland. Joining Lizzie and Phil will be Charles and Camilla, and Edward and his wife Sophie. I don't want to say ship of fools, but boatload of inbred twats seems to fit the bill. Sadly, William and Harry won't be there. It seems training for Iraq is less stressful than a week with the rallies. Camilla isn't expected to stay on board very long. Being trapped on a boat is bad enough, but without Harry and his stash, it's going to be unbearable. Kochie, you love your family. Ever been trapped with them with no way out?
Look, my family's terrific. Love going on holidays. But the thing where I'm trapped most, you know when you're trying to do the right thing with the in-laws, the parents-in-law?
Yeah.
You know, do the right thing with your wife,
Yeah.
and you take them for a drive, you know, a couple of hours for a weekend. Well, Lib's got a father who can't hear.
Yeah.
And the dragon has a speech impediment. So...
Hang on, you call your mother-in-law the dragon?
In a nice sort of way.
Yeah.
It's a term of endearment. It's a term of endearment.
Nice way.
How does she
sure.
feel about being... How does she feel about being called the dragon?
Oh, no, she's fine about it. I don't do it to her face, only behind her back. But,
And on national television.
she won't be up that late.
But she may have friends.
We'll be talking too fast, but no. But Liv's dad can't hear. And, of course, she has a speech impediment. So
What kind of, like an Elmer Fudd wascally wabbit kind of...
No, this is a... Well, we're going really far today. So it's one of those sort of... And I feel really sorry for her, except...
I don't think you do. You're taller than dragon.
Except when you're in a car with her for 6 hours, and you don't like to interrupt because you don't want
Because you have a lot of respect for her.
You don't want to end a sentence.
Well, we
but
can
it
hear the
really
compassion.
shits me when you're just waiting there for a very simple story.
Yeah.
And she finishes it, and then Cole goes, "What did you say?" You're 6 hours with this.
I don't even reckon it's true. I just reckon they go, we're going on a holiday with Kochie. Can we do the I've got a speech impediment, you can't hear shit?
I hope that they've decided to have a night up tonight and they're watching it together and Cole's going to the dragon. What did he say?
The show will be over by the time she explains it. No.
You are totally going to hell. You are so going to hell.
They are very nice. They are the best parents-in-law you can...
After all that, that is the biggest cop-out.
Seriously, Kochie, if you dig this hole any deeper, you'll find Brant and Todd again.
They certainly won't be giving me a tag.
What about you, Cindy? When you go on holidays, do you get trapped with the in-laws?
Well, I mean, my husband comes from a fairly big family. I find it quite overwhelming, like...
How big's big? How many siblings?
Oh, he's got 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Yeah.
Right.
And, you know, lots of cousins and just lots and lots of relatives. And
your family don't love you and they never come around?
Well, I'm actually a bit of a pariah in my...
Oh, I just accidentally touched a nerve.
You're a pariah in your...
Really? Why?
Are you estranged?
If you don't mind us asking. Like...
This is getting
I don't know.
deep.
I don't know.
Let's go to a happy place. Look at all the glitter.
Well, I think, yeah, their family, they don't actually fight. Like, they're not dysfunctional, whereas our family, we fight. Like,
You're expressive.
We let it all out.
Yeah.
But we fight about things, like, we fight about important things, but we also fight about things that are stupid that we don't know anything about.
Like what?
We fight about, like... I remember we had this really big raging stand-up fight about what happened to the toilet waste on airplanes. Like, none of us really know.
Go with it.
We get... someone will get a theory. Like, my brother had this theory, I think his theory was that they drop it, like, when they're up really high and that just spreads around. And, like, and I said, how can that be? Because, like, some people drop their mobile phones and dentures in the toilet, and, like, what if that hits somebody? Like, that would kill you.
You had a massive stand-up fight over there.
And Mum had this theory. Sometimes at the end you can't even remember who was on what side, but, you know, whatever side you were on...
What was your theory? They put it on plates and serve it to people?
My mum's theory was that they just drop it when they land. Like
they drop it when they land on the ground.
And then I think I said, look, I'm pretty sure that they actually, like, collect it and they sieve it because... like a friend of mine used to work at Qantas, said that once, like, this woman, she dropped her dentures and they returned them to her.
Before the end of the flight.
Yeah, they found them and gave them back to her, and apparently she said, oh, thanks you very much, and put them straight in the...
I would love to get a camera, and I wish that you could just put a little microphone inside your head and just tape all your thoughts and then just listen to all of that.
But it's funny you should say that, because I would have thought that would be so boring. It's like,
No, it's fascinating. It's absolutely... You're just a whole lot of non sequiturs strung together. If you were my doctor, I wouldn't fill the prescription that you gave me.
You know what? Speaking of filling a prescription, one of the practices I used to work at, I had lots and lots of junkies, like lots and lots of junkies. And once someone broke into our surgery and stole all these prescriptions pads, and I got rung up by the police and they said, oh, we think someone's been, like, writing scripts for you. And I said, oh, how can you tell? And they said, because they've written one packet of Rowies.
Our next mover and shaker is American journo Amy Sutherland, who's discovered she can change her husband's annoying behaviour with techniques used by exotic animal trainers. The first thing she learnt was you don't confront an uncooperative animal, you ignore it. When a dolphin doesn't flip on command, the trainer walks away. When it does flip, the trainer gives it a fish. Her husband can now dance backwards on his tail, clap his fins and wonder if Sandy and Bud have been captured by smugglers. This also doesn't mean men should be taught to balance balls on their nose. That's a woman's job when she's giving a reward. Dr. Cindy, you married the man of your dreams. Have you got him well trained?
You know, like, this is about training wild things to be tame. I had someone who was probably tame and I've made him wild.
You've seen the other one.
What have you done?
Well, you know, he was a lot better before. Now he's really feral.
So he was house trained, now he's leaving puddles everywhere.
Well, like, when I read this, I thought, now I know what I did wrong with my cat as well. Because, like, I remember, like, my Cat was just so feral with me. Like, when I would, like, go to have a shower, my cat would, like, come running up, like, galloping up towards me and, like, bite me on the bum or on the back. Because he liked biting bare flesh. And
even if you're in the shower, or jump in the shower
when I'm trying
on the way.
I used to have to run into the shower and I'd run going, ah, like, and he would, like, go, and get me just as I was trying to get...
Did you have a door on your bathroom, or...? Because...
Yeah, but I never thought to shut it. I think because I used to have things hanging on it.
Yeah.
But, like, he would actually come bounding up and, like, bite, like, really hard.
Yeah.
And I would, like, go, ah! And, like, I told my friends about it, and they'd say, look, but Cindy, what are you doing when this happens? And I'd say, I'm going, ah! Like this, and they say, well, that is just the most positive reinforcing. Like, you know, you can't give him any more positive reinforcement than that.
You thought you enjoyed it.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you running and screaming, like, that is just the best encouragement. And I've done the same with my husband. Like, if he does
Kochie, what about you? Are you trained around the house?
Absolutely. 27 years of marriage, I'm just a shadow of what I was 27 years ago. And it all boils down, it's simple, sex. That's it. That's how you train.
So your automatic response is to know you'll get the result that you want.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'm going to be disciplined. It's that look.
Hello.
That
sounds like fun.
It's that very simple question. You'll do this, no, and then the look. And it is, if you don't do it, you get no sex. So you just go and do it. It's like Pavlov's dog. You know, I'm like
it's like Pavlov's dog, isn't it? Do you do it Pavlov doggy style?
It keeps biting me on the bum in the nude when I go for a shower.
How did you meet your wife, if you don't mind me asking?
She's a nurse, and
you're a sick man.
It was. I saw Lib across a room. She smiled at me. Her smile glistened.
Oh.
And when I got close, I realised she had braces on her teeth. But apart from that...
How long did you wait before you popped the question?
6 months.
6 months? Wow. Not bad.
Yeah, and you're still together. It's amazing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
27 years later.
Well done.
That's great, isn't it?
How long have you got to go, do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank Dr. Cindy Pan and David Koch?
Later in the Glass House, Kim Beazley publishes a naughty kiss-and-tell memoir.
Frankly, John Howard disappointed me.
A sneak peek inside Philip Ruddock's feeding chamber. And former Democrats President Richard Pascoe laments that his party is acting like the Nationals.
Going down this line on this policy, you know, is really like putting lipstick on a pig.
Would you welcome to the see-through desk? He's back to bring us love with his new band, Pinky Beecroft and the White Russians, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, Pinky Beecroft! And from ABC 702 in Sydney, the master of the breakfast universe, Adam Spencer. In the UK, the government has launched a £4 million campaign to make maths cool for school students. Questions will even be specially designed to be more relevant. What about a pimp has twice as many hoes as he has bitches? If he has 10 hoes, then gets 2 more bitches, how much profit will he make on a Saturday night? If Victoria Beckham's brain is half the size of a normal brain, at what rate does she need to diet to make her breast implants bigger than her head? Adam, your brain is twice as big as Posh Spice. Can maths get any cooler?
I was actually sitting here trying to work out the answers to those questions. You see, I'm not a good person to ask this because I find mathematics so beautiful.
You're in too deep, aren't you?
Everywhere I see it, I met a girl once, I asked her for her phone number.
Yep.
And this phone has since been disconnected, so don't ring it. She said it's 0414104740.
Yep.
And I swear I instantly went, that is like so cool because you've got the 04 and the 40 at each end mirror, right? Then you've got 141 and you've got that 47. And 3 times 47 is 141. That is the coolest phone number I've ever heard.
Was she still standing in front of you by the time that sentence finished, Rain Man?
It didn't go as well as it could have, but the point I'm making...
He certainly didn't get a square root.
No, I
Numbers actually turn you on, don't they?
The numbers are the language. Language, absolutely they do. Numbers are the language with which the universe is written.
So you would rather a woman stand in front of you and talk about maths equations or take her clothes off? You've got 2 choices.
Hey, baby, let's see how many times me goes into you.
Exactly. When my wife, when she was still my girlfriend and I, the first time she successfully completed a Sudoku, that was about as sexy as it had been in our relationship.
Are you a maths person, Pinky?
Me?
Yeah, you. You're Pinky.
Yeah. Yeah, I am occasionally. I did, I fell asleep in my maths exam in the HSC.
That's not
I had
good.
a really hard night.
That's 12 years of study and you fell asleep.
Yeah. I wonder about, about making things cool for students. You know, I mean, like, everything... Why should we make things cool for students? Did people make things cool for you when you're a student? The point of being a student is that nothing is cool. Everything sucks. And why should it be cool? And I don't think there should be students anyway. It's all wrong. All this is wrong.
But shouldn't people learn? Students are meant to learn.
No. Fuck that. The only way you can make things cool, first of all, is to make it a secret. Like, maths is a secret. I went to English today, I went to maths. Like, what's maths? Have you heard about this maths thing? Maths happened, like...
So the cool kids should wag class to go and do some maths behind the local cinemas.
Exactly. Just make it secret and cool and weird. And like,
Can I ask?
There's this trigger. There's a bit of sign, a bit of cos. You know, did a bit of cos last night. I was out late last night, and I worked out that the sum of the two sides is equal to the square of the hypotenuse, which is cool. Yeah,
that was correct too, wasn't it?
It's actually the sum of the square of the two sides. It has to be a right angle triangle, but apart from that, it's bad.
You know what I mean?
I do.
He is making it cool. I want to learn now. Did you go to uni?
Some days I turned up. I walked through there last week. It's a smorgasbord. It's a visual smorgasbord. I love this. I have to, like, I drive through there just for no reason, just get you to, like, City Road, Parramatta Road.
At young students.
Yeah, sad.
What did you study at uni?
I was the only person ever, and you can check these records, to go to Sydney University on a Latin scholarship to fail first-year Latin.
How long were you, because you went to Sydney University as well, how long were you at Sydney Uni doing your degree?
My arts degree was the best 9.5 years of my life.
Really?
A friend of mine said, well, you're pretty good at debating, aren't you? And I said, well, I'm in the New South Wales state debating team. Hello, ladies. And...
Well, if the maths hadn't got them, now you've got them.
And she said, well, if you're good at debating, you should be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, if that's the rule, I don't want to cause any trouble.
And you thought you'd get chicks being a lawyer.
Went to do law, and you have to take some other subjects. So I took philosophy, economics and mathematics because I was pretty good at it. Hated economics, dropped it. Philosophy and I didn't get on, dropped each other. Dropped law, stuck around, did mathematics, did an honours year in mathematics, did that part-time because I was president of the student union, finally realised I really love this subject, and this guy in the department said, why don't you stay around and do a PhD in pure mathematics? I thought, PhD, pure mathematics, hello, ladies. And threw myself into that for about 3.5 years. He had a fight with the university, left, complete with my support, went overseas. I was left sort of doing nothing, and so dropped out after 9.5 years. with an uncompleted PhD in pure mathematics.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get a job in breakfast radio.
There you go.
At the recent G8 summit, George W. Bush and Tony Blair got caught having a little chat near an open microphone. And George said a bad word.
See, the irony is that what they need to do is get Syria to get Hezbollah to stop doing this shit.
There's another thing to add to W's achievements. The first president to say shit on TV. He'll go down in history as a true statesman or a swearing ex-drunk. And hello to Bob Hawke if you're watching. Anyway, after the New York Times printed the naughty word, an angry debate started about what was proper language for respectable newspapers.
I don't think that's what they're upset about. I think they're freaked out that Bush got something right. Far out.
Yeah, I'm not freaked out that he used a four-letter word. I'd be freaked out if he used a four-syllable word.
I know, he got Hezbollah right. What's that? That's 3. He's getting close, yeah.
The thing that confuses me when...
And he failed Latin. I don't know how that happened.
When people take this high point of certain things are acceptable and you can't say this, you can say that, and they always say, the young people today, they use such rude language. It's also, the stuff on TV today, it's also wrong. I can remember there was a show on TV called Love Thy Neighbour, which essentially was about this white English guy who a black guy moved in next door. Yeah. And it was 4 years of him cracking jokes going, I'm not living next to no Sambo, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. And that was hilarious in those days. What was acceptable on television back in the 70s in particular was just offensive.
Yeah, well, and they should all shut up now about turkey slapping. That's just good, clean fun.
Exactly.
Yeah. Turkey slapping's fine. They used to have a TV show called Come On Kids.
Of all the things you could pick for that generation to do bad, and they had this TV show about a black, white, whatever you said. They had a show about some dudes living next door. Like, they did a lot of other things, that generation, besides make some TV show about whatever you said they made the TV show about. Like, the dude's bombing Iraq and stuff, and what is this segment about? It's about...
I think when you were talking, Pinky might have fallen asleep.
Yes.
it's time to award the coveted Glasshouse Trophy, which this week is called... And the winner of the Slobodan Slobodog Life Sentence of Love is convicted murderer Dragan Boskovic from Montenegro, who overpowered prison guards, scaled a 3-metre wall, went to his girlfriend's house, wished her happy birthday, then took himself back to jail. What a guy! You know, apart from the whole murderer thing. Actually, on my birthday, I'm not sure I'd want a convicted killer jumping out and yelling, "Surprise!" So the trophy goes to Dragan Boskovic, the hopeless romantic killer who broke out of jail, then went straight back. Unfortunately, he forgot to buy her flowers, so on top of prison, he'll receive 13 years of silent treatment. Well, that's the way it is for the 200th Glass House. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Pinky. Thank you, Cindy, and thank you, Koshi. And let's take a look at tomorrow's headlines. The Canberra Times reports MPs to face strip search. Security guards to face worst nightmare. According to the New York Times, Israel ready for ground war. Hezbollah says, good, we don't have any planes. The Territory News claims uranium found in drinking water. China orders 5 million 2-litre bottles. And from the Fed Review, the government says a lower minimum wage creates more jobs, which is good, because now you'll need 2. Good night!
Hi, Robbie Buck here. Triple J comes to television with a brand new show that's going to rock your world. JTV, it's access all areas to the best sounds and the latest news in music and culture. JTV kicks off Friday 11:10 on ABC.
Johnny Depp. He really is an amazing actor. Just wait till you see him as a debauched character in The Libertine, coming up in At the Movies.